Hey guys, it's Mr. Dugal, and today we're going to do a little vocabulary preview because it is very essential moving forward that we know the terms moving forward for this unit, and just generally it is great to know the different terms as a foundation for middle school math in general. So first is, and these notes are exactly from CPM and the lesson that you'll encounter. So we have variable. A variable is a letter or symbol that represents one or more numbers. I have an example up above here, and in this example our variable is simply x. An expression is a combination of numbers, variables, and operation symbols. In this example, the entire thing here, 5x plus 3 times all of 4x plus 7, that is our expression. So the entirety of that problem there is the expression. And an expression is different than an equation because an equation has an equal sign, so you might say like equals 9, all of this equals 9. That would be an equation. An expression is just a statement. A term, parts of the expression separated by addition or subtraction. So you can see that it has, we have 5x as one term, and then we also have 3 and 4x plus 7 as the other. So they are separated by a plus sign. So these are our two terms. We also technically within this part of our expression have two more terms if we wanted to break it down. So basically we have this as a term, then we have this as a term, and within this term we have 4x and 7 as two terms. Our coefficient is the numerical part of a term, so it is the number attached to a variable is a good way to think about that. So we have two different coefficients that exist here. We have 5 and 4 because we have 5 attached to x here. That's one of our coefficients, and then we have 4 attached to x here. So we have 5 and 4. We have constant as one of our definitions. And a constant is a number that is not multiplied by a variable. So it's just a number by itself. At first, at least, it doesn't appear that we have a constant, but once we distribute, this would become 3 times 4x, and this would become 3 times 7. This expression in simplest form would be, this would be 4x times 3 is 12x, 3 times 7 is 21, and of course we have our 5x at the beginning. 21 would become our constant. It is not multiplied by any variable. So at first glance it appears that we don't have a constant, and we really don't from the get-go, but as we evaluate the problem we are left with a constant, and that is 21. And lastly we have the term, the definition factor. In the expression we see that 4x plus 7 are factors. That's because it is part of a multiplication expression. Basically, a good way to think of factor is the terms within the parentheses that are being multiplied. That's about it. Just wanted to make sure that we stopped and evaluated our different definitions to give us a good foundation for when a teacher or a student refers to a coefficient. Do we now know what that is? When a teacher refers to a constant, do we know what that is? When a teacher refers to a variable, and so forth. Thanks so much for listening. Hopefully this is helpful.